Shalom, y'all strong. He was like Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once you know how the prophets of downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, turn to the east. Give our praise glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Radash, which in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew time is recognized as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor. The apostle elders of Great Millstone and Shalom. To you, sister brothers, living the truth. And Shalom, brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Come today, y'all, to talk about the economics of Babylon the Great, which is in very, very dire straits at this point. You know, you got this war that's going on in the Middle East. Well, Salakia, you know, Elder Malcolm don't like that Middle East word. I was going to say Northern Africa. And Babylon the Great, aka America, is losing that war. And their allies and everybody else is trading the money. Instead of using the petrodollar, they're using the Chinese yuan. So what does that mean for Babylon the Great? That means this country's about to be broke in a minute, man. Dead broke. You see the effects already happened. And it's biblical prophecy. I'm going to start out this right here. This is James 5:1. Go to now, gay rich man, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. Verse 2, your riches are corrupted and your garments bulky. Verse 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Yeah, heap treasure together for the last days. Let's break that down, man. The rich man, all these Edomites that's rich, you know, your stockbrokers, your Wall Street guys, they got all their money in the stock market, in bonds, and things of that nature. They're going to get hit first. Because the stock market is going to be the first thing that's going to crash. And you know, you got a lot of Edomites. They got millions of dollars wrapped up in the stock market. They're going to feel their first. They're going to go from millionaires to zero. And when it, like I said, how for your misery. Because right then they're going to start crying. Because a lot of the low guys, they don't see it coming. But your elites, like Warren Buffett, he been telling them, he been pulling his money out. See, they were smart. When you see a billionaire pulling this money out the stock, you better pull your money out the stock. Because he already got wind of what's about to go down. Now you got the low level, and like Bayan said all the time, they got too much pride. They like, man, America always gonna make it. America gonna be good. So they still up there trade, buy, sell, all that little stuff. Not paying attention to geopolitical issues. You know, you got Japan now, they dumping their U.S. treasuries. Russia said they about to dump their U.S. treasuries. And a lot of Middle Eastern countries, they dumping their U.S. treasuries. You know, the Arabs, Ishmael, Elam, they're dumping it. So that's the mission's gonna come up, man. They're gonna go from rich to broke. And you know, a lot of Edomites, they can't handle that. They've been living that lifestyle, living deliciously off of Babylon the Great. And why? Because their riches are corrupted. All their riches that Esau got is based on the backs of Israelites. That's the whole currency, man. A lot of their money they got is off of slave money. You know, straight up these banks like J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, Chase, all their money came off of slavery.
That's a fact too, because all you gotta do is do a quick research and just ask Google or the chat and just say how many countries that exist today made their money off of slavery. You know, they might say cattle slavery and so on and so forth, and it'll break down a whole list of countries, companies like you that still exist to this day that still made money off of the back of slavery, man. So you can't deny it. You know, you can't deny that, man.
Like the precept said, when you read, it said your gold and silver is canker. Gold and silver canker, that's going into the money. Right now, they don't use gold and silver anymore. They use cash. And right now, that's been liquidated. And what happened is the Trump administration has already prepared for the dollar to crash. That's why they put Trump in office, was to crash the dollar. He's the best at it. He's an expert. So what he did was he signed the Genius Act. Genius Act put in cryptocurrency to the government. They call them stable coins because he knows the economy is about to be, you know, unstable. So once the dollar crashes, they'll just shift into them digital cryptocurrency, the stable coins. You know, I think it's like 100 of them. I did a lesson on it. You know, just check my catalog, and they'll go into that. And that's just a baby step because the whole point of them crashing the dollar is to bring on the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which will be a digital currency, which will lead into the RFID technology, which is that microchip. You already got his buddy Elon Musk working on the neural link, getting the kinks out of it. They have a NFC chip that goes in your hand. I think that'll go for the poor people. And then the people that got a little money about them, they'll just get the one that goes in your head, which you feel in Revelation chapter 13. A mark, what it say, their forehead or in their hand. I mean, we're real close to it. So I think this year or next year, the dollar will collapse. Just put my spiritual 2 cents on it. We'll see if that happens. But right now, they're working on collapsing the dollar. This is a plan from the elites, the elite bankers. This whole war, because who made this war happen was the small happen. Netanyahu. He forced the Trump administration to go into that war based on the island man fight.
That goes into there's a documentary you can look up right now called All Wars Are Bankers Wars, or you can go read a book called War is a Racket, and it'll break down why these banks make money off of war. Okay, and that's pretty much going into your gold and silver tanker is because it's pretty much blood money. So I think there's a movie called Blood Money. I got a quick precept. You got something?
I just have a point. It's funny how Netanyahu baited out Babylon to go fight the wars, and then they just disappeared, or he just disappeared. Like that's just so diabolical.
Yeah, that's that precept where it says the least of the flock shall draw them out. And that's what happened. That's the prophecy that's been fulfilled. Like all we doing is we telling you the prophecy that's been fulfilled. We're telling you what's playing out through the scripture. All right. Now one of the prophecies that's playing out through the scripture is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 6. I'm gonna read it in the KJV, but I'm gonna read it in the NLT as well too. All right. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him?" When it's talking about none other than Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the elite banker, all right? And it says, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increases that which is not his. And that goes to, that increases what's not his. Every time you see these devils, they go around the whole world, they steal, kill, and destroy. So the increase is not what is his, okay? And it says, and that increase is not what is his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. When you go to that word thick clay, it goes into debt. All right. And then you look up the national debt for America, aka Babylon the Great, it's in the trillions. Okay. So that's what it's talking about. Woe unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay. It's talking about America, aka Babylon the Great. You go to that word woe, it means great sorrow and distress. So that is coming to America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay. Now look what it says in NLT. It said, but soon their captives will taunt them. Notice how it said their captives will taunt them, which is talking about the Hebrew Israelites. We're taunting America, aka Babylon the Great. How about Yahweh told us to prophesy against them? We're prophesying your downfall, so therefore we're taunting them, right? They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? And it says, now you will get what you deserve. You become rich by extortion, but how much longer can this go on? And now we're getting ready to answer that question. How much longer? We know it's close. America, aka Babylon the Great, is on the brink of destruction. It's so close to where we're saying it can go down next year, or no, it ain't got no longer than 5 years. That's just being nice. They probably got 3 years at the most, man.
But I like how you say he just laden with thick clay. America is in so much in debt, and a lot of these countries do buy the debt of America. And, but now these countries ain't buying them; they actually dumping dollars and dumping the debt of America, which is making their economy sink even faster. And that's what's making the dollar crash right now, and everything else. So it just remind me of a precept in Ecclesiastes 10. It says, because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And now America do is just go around stealing, killing, and stealing, killing, lying to get their money, never get nothing diplomatically. They always just go and take the shit. And now we're seeing the Lord taking everything from them and their economy and turning it upside down and giving it to everybody else. And it's also going to be to the elected nation of Israel at the end of this.
I gotta agree. I might as well keep on reading it down because y'all done broke it down so much, man. I might as well go continue. But it's James 5 and 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers, which have reaped down your fields, which of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So that right there shows right there, like we don't cry, because like we don't build up good industry. We had Black Wall Street, all of, thriving industries all over Babylon the Great. You look at Issachar, they got thriving industries right now in Babylon the Great that he's trying to get rid of. And Esau's doing what? He's trying to destroy Jake's industry, prop his up. His ain't standing because he's dumb. He ain't got no wisdom. It's falling down because nobody likes him. Esau's not a good businessman. He lives by the sword, the scriptures say. He just kills, steal, and destroy everywhere he go. He doesn't know how to do real good political business, real good economics. Like every Edomite is a bad businessman.
Even his paperwork is pretty much a form of a sword. Because if you really think about how they destroying, you know, the many small businesses. But what I noticed what they're doing in Issachar, because a lot of Issachar right now have a lot of food trucks around. And so how he's destroying them is by taking away their license to sell food. You know, and that goes into Isaiah 10:1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decree. And that's the sword in itself.
So you gotta think about Black Wall Street. They supposed to have $1 million on survivors, never did.
Yeah.
Since their money kept back by fraud. Everything that's what, like you said, the paperwork is really fraud. That's all Esau do is fraud all day long. And then you look at Edomites, they'll file bankruptcy and find some loophole to give some more money and really rob the system. That's what they do. And once one,
It's got about to see.
and once one does it, you know, he'll tell his other buddies and cronies, and they'll all do it. And then they do tax evasion. They'll take Jake to jail for not, you know, paying his taxes. But Esau do tax evasion for billions and billions of dollars. The top billionaires don't even pay taxes. And they say, oh, we do tax breaks because we give out jobs. But yet you pay a very low wage, not a livable wage. And basically the system is it's a false balance. It's an abomination. Because the rich get rich and the poor get poor. So in a system like that, it's gonna collapse, it's gonna break. Because it's not sustainable. And you know, they be thinking, well, I got a degree and I got this and that. But I'm like, fool, that's common sense. Like if the rich get rich, the poor get poor, that system is not, the money's not circulating. If the blood of your body doesn't circulate, what happens? You die. Look, yeah, you die. You know, so Esau, he doesn't understand that. He's too gung-ho on greed and lust, and he doesn't care. You know, he's too up top. He don't care about the grind. And so it's gonna happen. He's gonna be scratching their head like, why am I rebelling? Why are these riots? Why they up there banging on my fortress? Because the poor are gonna come for the rich, man.
That's why I said, woe to a covetous man. And that's Esau eating covetous. Yeah, he wants everything and trying to hoist it for himself. And then once you left to haves and have-nots, and you the have-nots coming straight for you.
Common sense. You know, and like the scripture say, we would have healed Babylon, but Babylon is not healed. If Esau would just move out the way and let Jake apply their wisdom, their country will continue. The system continues. Because really, I like what this Eve said on TikTok, man. She made a very good point. The currency of Babylon the Great is Israel. It's Israelite. Really, we're the currency.
Yep.
Because our dollars keep it flowing. We're the ones who work real hard. We're the ones who make innovation, the inventions. Like we made America great. What makes America great is y'all strong. You got to point out.
Yeah, I was saying when the Europeans came over here and they said they were looking for treasure, that treasure meant Israelites.
God,
boy. And that's how, and they knew the treasure was Israelite too, because if you really think about it, they read the scripture. So you know how the scripture says that even Satan knows Luke paraphrase, even Satan knows better than Daniel. It's wiser than Daniel. That goes into how Yahweh view us. He view us as precious metal. And that right there is a beautiful point right there. So we definitely are the precious metal. We the apple of Yahweh.
he built nations up.
Yeah.
So Esau, he was collapsing in Europe. You know, that's about to go in with the bubonic plague and all that. That's about to collapse in.
Right.
So Esau, like, I need some Israelites. And at that point, you know, we had scattered. You know, especially North Tribe, they got away from Esau during the Assyrian invasion. So what did Esau do? Like, man, you ain't getting away. You know, so he got his little boats. And then Jake, when they sailed, I noticed they lost the knowledge of Yahweh. So when they lost the knowledge, they lost. Brought him in. Esau knew who we were. He came with the knife, going to slavery, kingdom up. You know what I'm saying? Here we are. You know, and this devil been living good for the past 1,000 years. And now we're at the point where he done did it so much where He got his foot on Yashra's neck. He won't let up to where we can't do what we need to do to make the system, thrive. Because the greed is took over. And a big point of that, look at Donald Trump. He's the base of greed. He's the base of white collar crime. I don't have to go. I have to look at Donald Trump. They represent every corporate Edomite. That's what they do. Fraud, tax evasion, cooking the books. What they say, cooking the books. Stealing people's pensions. What they call it, hedge fund accounts. Right. Stealing people's hedge funds. Union busting. They want to make it where can't nobody eat, but they eat. And they're a small group. So that means the whole system can't thrive. And y'all struggle be trying to do stuff, come with inventions, trying to make a way, give good food out, but he's all in the way, messing everything up. And that shows his money is canker. Why? Because you messed up your most valuable resource, which is Yashra. And now what he gonna do now? He's so angry and upset. He like, you know what? I just unalive because I lost my kingdom. That shows this devil has no wisdom. If he was smart and see, like you said it earlier before we started, it's pride. Because this devil just stepped to the side and then y'all trying to do their thing, like we'll heal Babylon. It's an easy fix. It's not hard. It's just you're dumb. And you wicked, you in the way. That's why can't nothing thrive, man. He choking it out. And he's so dumb, he won't unleash his grip. He like, no, I'm gonna choke harder. The cancer of the earth. God. He's like, I'm gonna spread more cancer. And that's like that ain't sufficient. That's not how you make life thrive. So at this point we like, hey, us in the truth, let y'all do his thing. Like now the point is, let this devil fall, let him break his own system. And then get ready to rebuild off the backs of these devils when Yahushua go ahead and smash them out.
Yeah. Hey, I keep up down this whole precept right here. This is Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach. Chapter 10, we start at verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. In verse 2, and it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of the man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And people broke that down right there. So the same people that's in rulership that commit fraud, guess what? All of his officers, all of his business officers, they're going to turn around and do the same thing. And this is why you see that happening on a large scale. This is why you see when Akbar Hayar just mentioned earlier, they know how to evade taxes. They ain't paid taxes in years. Well, the rulers does the same thing. They don't pay taxes. They don't pay, tributary to their own system. And this is why, as the precept said, what manner of the man the ruler of the city is, such as all they do where there is. All right. And it reads on in verse 3. An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Okay, that's the difference, that's the balance. Okay, an unwise king destroys his people. And that lines up perfectly with Proverbs 29:2.
This is when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
And there you go. And so now you got people that's mourning at the state of how Babylon is. They're complaining about rent. They're complaining about the gas. They're complaining that a lot of people complaining that they can't get hired after they've been fired from the job. So what did they tell you? They give you the balance of who's in authority. The people is mourning right now. That's what it's showing right there, man.
I like the point where in that precept earlier it says what manner of the ruler of the city is on the people. And that's why so much wickedness, man. Esau Edom is over there in rulership and causing everything that's just skyrocketing inflation and hyperinflation. Nobody got money no more. Now everybody is wicked. Running around and it's upticks and crimes and shit, especially in Edomite areas. I seen a video of an Edomite talking about, man, I seen this other this dude come and rob somebody and go on a high-speed chase. They caught him, and then 2 days later, I get the car jacked, and it's all in the Edomite area. So that just lets you know, hey, what man the ruler are, which is Esau Edom, a wicked ass Donald Trump and his cabinet, and all the people up under him. Hey, the people gonna be wicked too.
Man, that's beautiful too. I can really think about it. How he talk about, I just seen this guy get robbed and he got carjacked. What did the rulers do? All they do is rob, steal, kill, and destroy.
And it's all because it's an unrighteous ruler, and he's sucking up all the money from now the people over here they got nothing to lose.
Right.
And when someone has nothing to lose, what they do? They lose it.
Look at San Francisco. They're looking like tent city. They can be a very prestigious place. I heard San Diego looking bad. Yeah. Even here in our place, Tulsa, Oklahoma, you go to like 15th and Lewis. Yeah. They're supposed to be like a predominantly rich area. They're selling their houses. They Walgreens on 15th and Lewis, you can't even use the restroom in there no more. Yeah, they got porta potties on the outside with all the drug use.
Hey, and the crazy thing is, not only they got the porta potties, they got the motherfuckers locked. You got to go in there and ask for the key. That's how bad it is.
And that's supposed to be like the rich area of Tulsa, Oklahoma, man, where the rich Edomites at.
What was it, the weekend there was a guy that overdosed and they took to the bathroom?
Off Memorial?
Yeah, I think it was like after 169.
Yeah,
fentanyl overdoses all over these bodies.
That 169, that's East Tulsa right there. And that used to be a popular community as well, too. Most of them houses over there was a minimum of $250,000 houses out there. That's how much of that worked over there.
And then you look at 51st Memorial. That used to be where the rich Edomites was at. Prestigious place. And then when I roll by there now, you see drugged out Edomites all down the block, man, looking like Skid Row. Which shows, and then like when we open up camp, you got all these restaurants closing down. What is that? Domino's?
A lot of different fast food places and restaurants are closing down, and millions of it's just thousands here, 1,000 there, 10,000 here. That's a hell of job losses. That's revenue going down. A lot of people ain't gonna be working. There's no money coming in. Like it's all bad, man. It's because these are even.
And even some of the CVS is shut down too. But that's a CVS where people go pick up their prescriptions. Right on 21st and Harvard, that one shut down. And you got quite a few more. So
Walgreens closed down.
Yeah, Walgreens and CVS, both of them. I get both of them mixed up, but yeah, both of them. Yeah, they shut down as well too. And so
people can't get their meds.
Yeah,
they be on meds. That's gonna lead to chaos right there. So we're looking at sedition based on the economic woes of this place. If a person can't get no money, you need money to eat in Babylon the Great. And they starving can't eat. They're gonna, like I said earlier, the have not gonna go after have. They're gonna go at the ones so they can eat. So crime is about to skyrocket in Babylon the Great. Civil war gonna pick up too. Go ahead.
This is really what you're seeing here in Babylon the Great. And Judah deal with this for the longest, but now you're seeing everybody dealing with this. This is Haggai 1, and I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways." Verse 6, it says, "You have sown much, but brought in little. You eat, but you have not enough.
Hey.
You drink, but
oh no, you got it. You got it.
You drink, but you are not filled with drink. You clothe, but there are no warmth." It says, "And he that entered the wages to put it in a bag with holes." And that's exactly what it is, man. Like you put every time you get a paycheck and you put it in your pocket, it's like you put enough money in the pocket and you got holes in it. And so as soon as you go back to your pocket, you ain't got shit left in there because it's getting drained out. Because Esau just hyperinflated everything. Your rent is going up, food went up, gas went up, shit, everything, man.
The dollar's at its weakest and everything's at its highest.
Exactly. That's an inflation. So now we're in inflation right now. And what's going to happen is going to kick into hyperinflation. As these other countries dump their U.S. treasuries and they quit using the petrodollar and start using the yuan, it's going to make the dollar zero out. You're going to see a loaf of bread go to like $30 for one loaf of bread. At that point, that's society collapse. If gas go up to $20 a gallon, that's society collapse. Then it's going to be, then he's going to need them ICE agents and UN troops to try to keep, some type of stability. And I don't see it, man. Babylon Great full of guns. That's when them guns gonna come out, and everybody gonna be fighting. That's when that second Hedges 15 gonna really pop into play, man. And all these people that's been these Jakey's old boozy Jake, I got a college degree. I'm educated. You gonna see that stuff don't mean nothing no more. Only your faith and your how about your shot gonna be sufficient. You even gonna see preppers go through it. Like, God dang, my stuff is dwindling low. I ain't got it no more. Even they gonna struggle. Because you try to tell everybody, oh, there's only one way to beat this, man. The Lord gonna have to like come on your behalf.
Your job ain't gonna do it. It just tells you, just saying, he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes in it, man. It's just gonna seep out. Shit, everything's gonna be skyrocketed. So when your loaf of bread is $100 and shit, a bottle of water is $50, and hey, you through.
That's done right there, man. Society is at the point it's gonna straight up collapse, and then Esau gonna come in like a superhero. I got it, y'all. Calm down, because it's gonna be a lot of unalive during that event, and then he gonna come in like a superhero with that MOTB, a universal basic income, and then people gonna be the shock. It's gonna be so strong, he's gonna panic when he come in with that MOTB. They gonna run to go get it, man.
The dollar gonna be so worthless. You're gonna see motherfuckers burning money to stay warm. Like, man, put it in the pound. You see them on like them apocalyptic movies, but you don't see that in real life.
That's what they did in Venezuela. They hyperinflation. That was hyperinflation the economy. They were burning. They were making they were selling their money for food. Like they would make like wallets, shirts out of the money. It was worthless. They would throw it out in the streets. It was worthless.
That's coming to Babylon the Great. All about this work. So hundreds out there. You're gonna let your little kid draw on that. It's gonna go back to what it is, paper. Use the paper.
And what that preacher up there, and he said you came in with nothing. And Haggai 5, did it say you come in with nothing on that part too?
I just said he that earneth wages to put it in the bag with holes.
I thought it was a part of the preacher with that when you came in with nothing, but you have everything. It was fair play.
Okay. I know it's a preacher that do say that though.
Okay, yeah.
Because this place is about to go, man. It's gonna be that West Station still lives our times, man. We can't panic. Because these people in the world gonna panic. Because they still, you look at Jake, man, you just look at the Houston rodeo, they still out there in the spirit of birth, the spirit of Bacchus, just out here acting a fool. So when the dollar collapses, it's gonna come like a sucker punch to them. So they're not paying attention to what's going on. And that's when he gonna come in. Oh, I got it, man. Here you go. We're gonna do this, do that. They're gonna bring out the smart cities, which is basically concentration camps. You can go in there and be safe. Like he's gonna come with that piece of safety. And then Jake gonna think that they saving their life, but really they losing their life. Once you get the MOTB, you done with your how about your shop.
I got that piece of safety.
Go ahead, bring it out.
1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them, as travailing upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Ooh, it's such a value a man or a woman with child, man. Which means they're gonna give it here with the pregnancy pain, man. Real bad pain. And like I said, right now, some of the folks talking about peace and safety right now. Like give us some money, we got it, we on top of it, we're gonna have peace. But us and those like, nah, man, destruction is coming. This dude really done destroyed Babylon the Great. That's what this administration done did. In 1 year, this dude has destroyed the whole economic stability of Babylon the Great.
It's funny they named it stable coin, like peace and safety, like it's stable. But
Watch the Trump, he's over there saying we're winning this war. We're winning this war. That brings peace to your mind as well.
And I'm saying because Edomites in my job are saying that. Even when I went to the doctor's office, the doctor was saying that they talk about Esau done put himself in a cognitive dissonance. He's saying like, oh no, we knocking the drones out. We got a strong military, we destroying the drones. We got plenty of rockets and ammunition. We can get it. So I know that Esau is in a mindset that they went in the war because, like you said, Trump told them that.
It shows how dumb the average Babylonian is, man. Here in America, aka Babylon the Great, man. That's why it's gonna be so easy for them to get swept into that MOTP. So once they tell them something, they can look at Fox News and be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good thing," instead of really doing the research and looking. So that just lets you know that these people are through out here. They cook. If you believe everything this nigga saying, he lied about everything. That just shows how dumb you are.
God, and your average Edomite is very, very dumb. I'm talking about very dumb. I just hear them talk, and I be listening to them. They're like a bunch of dumb rednecks. And they're even dumber than they was, I want to say 20 years ago. They have each level stupidity, idiocracy. That's Esau right now. See, that's why I can't, it hurts. It just give me a headache by listening to them talk. songs. I'm like, God dang, dude, you 5 years old. Because all like Ox said, all they do is peddle what they hear on Fox News. And that stuff is like easily fact checked. And they stay there, man. They call it a happy place.
Yeah.
Esau put them in a happy place.
I was listening to some somebody's over there talking about, man, I'm 35 years old. My back and leg hurt. I can't wait till Elon Musk's brain chip come out, and maybe he can give me a new leg. And I can, oh my God, these motherfuckers they do willingly going for it.
Transhumanism, they'll go for it, man. And it's sad. A lot of Jakes will too. They follow behind Esau. So that's how we know this place is cooked, man. And how, like, one thing of Babylonia is they're governed by money. If you want to piss off a Babylonian, mess with their money. Or if you want to mess with their stability, their security, mess with their money. Everything else cool, but the money, that's how you get their attention. And now the elites know that. So right now they brought in Trump. Go ahead and do what you do best, bankrupt it. That's what he's known for. That's why I look at the Edomite, you're dumb. You already know what Donald Trump's gonna do. He's an expert at collapsing business. It is. You're an idiot.
How many times he done went bankrupt, man?
They say 6, but I think it's more than that. They say officially 6, but I'm like, this dude's been doing this since the 80s. So I think it's more than that. Because everything he do, I noticed he failed. His college failed. All his products failed. Everything Donald Trump does fails. The only thing I've seen him do that kind of had success with his TV show. And that's easy. All you gotta do is get oily and suck up to the elites to have a TV show. So they don't go into business. But everything he did, all his business ventures always fail. Everything. His books, everything that he does is touch his shirt, his hats. Only thing that don't work for him lately is his presidential campaign. That's because he's banking on Esau's stupidity. He even said it himself. He said smart people don't like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said, I love the uneducated. So he just taking advantage of their stupidity. And I think somebody said this is the most money he ever made in his lifetime. And it's basically based on the facts of Babylonians being down. And I think he'll still find a way to lose all his money. That's why he still got to listen to what Netanyahu say. Elon Musk say. If Trump gets some money, like this dude is known for fumbling the bag. So if he do get a bag, he gonna fumble it. And then he gotta go suck up. That's why he keeps selling back on the straight out. Because he'll get the bag, mess it up. Putin, help me out. Netanyahu, help me out. I done messed up my $200 million. I done fumbled this $2 billion.
That's probably was like the best person to put in the office for the crash of the dollar, man. The crash of the economy was Trump. Because he fumbles everything.
Everything he get, he fumble. I'm like, God dang, he gave you $5 billion. You turn around, he over begging for money, let you know he broke. He fumbled it. And I'm like, how you fumble that?
When they surprised when he fumbled this shit, he was like, damn, he did fumble everything. And then then you're gonna feel stupid because I don't want to vote him in there and shit.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be mad. They're dumb. I'll say that. Like if you're a Trump supporter, you're dumb. I don't have to do no in-depth analysis. I don't need to holler at AI, none of that. Based on your voting decision. Because when you vote, that's you giving somebody permission to do what they about to do to you. That lets me know you're dumb. That's why, and I say it too, because I don't want them to be, they trying to tuck their stuff in, they banking stuff in. So I'll try to act like I'm a Trump supporter, like, hey man, you vote for Donald Trump. Hey, we doing good. They be like, yeah, I voted for Donald Trump. And I just give them that look like, okay, you an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to come like I'm against them, but then they're gonna lie and say they did vote when we know you did. And everything, like I said, like DeWar said earlier, man, this dude bankrupt the casino. That shows he has no business acumen, period. Because they bring you the money at the casino. All you got to do at the casino is make sure your security is on point. And count your money, because they bring you the money. So how do you bankrupt a casino?
Had to be some laundering scheme or something.
It was. You know? And Harry shut it down. That's what he does. Everything he do is laundry. Money laundering. That's what they do. Is like a mob boss, man. Everything he do, and then he still lose money. He still don't come up like, you know, the Northern Tribe do doing their little mafia and cartel stuff. He get the money, and he still fumbling some more. So it don't matter what he do, he always gonna lose money.
After for additional $200 billion.
And he gonna fumble that. Yeah. That's what Congress like, nah, bro. They trying to cut his water off. He like, nah, keep it coming. Because I'm gonna break this system all the way out. You ain't gonna have nothing. And some of these like, They started like wake up and they delusion like, hold up, man. If we keep letting this dude continue to do what he's doing, we ain't gonna have nothing. This dude, he already sold our children's future out. The future gone.
I'm smarter than I jumped the ship right now.
Come on. Like, man, I'm not rolling with this no more. I'm not gonna be attached to this shit show. You're not gonna look up and have my name attached to history. I'm the one who's going Babylon Great Bird.
That's all the young Edomites, the younger Edomites, like all like the ones that are getting out of school and college. They don't want like they know that they have no future.
God.
And then that's why they're always like in their car, like making rants about Trump, about the economy.
That's what it said. We gotta get that keepers of the house.
I got that right
here.
here.
Bring it out. That's the spirit. It's right on point.
This you talking about Ecclesiastes 12:3.
The ones that keep the house.
Yeah.
Look at they window be dark. That's right.
The strong man shall live. The grinding shall cease because it is new. And those that look out the windows be darkened.
Ooh, hear that? Those look at the window be dark. They're going to what the word said right there. You look at the window, see dark, that mean no future. It said what it say, the grinders. You see? That's happening now. When we talking about earlier, the workers and everybody losing their jobs. Even got Walmart talking about they losing money. Most of their stuff comes from where? China.
Let me read the fourth verse. It says, and the door shall be shut in the streets. All the store closed.
The elder called it retail apocalypse.
When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall.
Daughters music has been brought up. Music is trash right now because nobody's in a good space to make good music. Everybody's struggling financially. So they don't have to make some good music, be creative. You have to have a space for that. We don't have that no more. Why? Because the money is real low. Everybody's struggling. The music business been losing money. They putting pressure on them. They can't make no good music, man. They under pressure. They on drugs.
All they making is like harlot music, old music, and that ain't even doing good.
Real music. Yeah, they ain't working on more.
Even these chicks, I'm tired of hearing about somebody shaking pussy in ass, man. Make some real music. And that's bad if Eve saying.
And the harlotry, that's also a sign of like societal collapse.
Because they ain't got no job, so they go into the first profession to sell that box. And then they have trouble selling the box because the dudes ain't got nobody to buy the box.
The dudes want to put up with this to women, because the Western society manipulated what they did.
And nobody wants to marry a harlot. So that whole the whole when the whole economy doing bad, hey, it's a crack. When the whole economy doing bad, I heard strippers complaining. Ain't nobody giving money to the strippers.
Man.
When the whole economy is bad, that means the economy is bad, period. There's no extra money. There's no liquid assets. There's no disposable income. You need disposable income to buy a box. You ain't got I gotta buy some food. You need to get some boxes of food. Dude, like I gotta buy some food.
I remember you used to be $40 some box. Now shit, all you need is like a beer.
Yeah, hamburger. That's third world country stuff right there. I heard about dudes going overseas giving chicks chicken. And now that's Babylon the Great status, man. So the economy is fast, over with. We're loving it. What does that mean? That means the so-called white man Esau is on his way out. Because the system is his system. He lacks incentive to keep it running right now. Therefore, he's going to do the crash stuff because y'all don't need the system. Especially if you got your house about your shine in your life. We don't need the system. Esau, even so-called white man, he needs the system. Otherwise, he's not going to make it because he doesn't care about Esau, even so-called white man, because he hates him. According to Romans 13. So, you can look at that second 6 and 9. This is the end of Esau's kingdom, and then we're cool about it because our kingdom is coming next. So we don't care. Hopefully, like,
this is Ecclesiastes 25:7. It says, "Every thing which I have in my heart to perform, and the I will utter with my." And he says, "A man that has joy of fish, and he that
Hey, love to see the folks. That's what we're saying right now. We're saying Esau struggle, man. Esau on the ground. He's a lot like a fish right now. And I'm asking very simple, easy. It's making sure you don't care. It's gonna keep doing stupid stuff. Keep moving forward. It's like watching a drunk cop on a motorcycle. I'm going into that wall. And we like, hey, let him slam the wall. And that's what he's about to do. And when he's bleeding,
talking about it. Now, how about John is going to give us that rain, going to give us that power to destroy them, which destroy the earth. You got to talk about the chemtrails and all of these things that's happening because they're destroying the earth right now. Nothing can grow here. All right? It's hard to grow crops. People are starving in this society. You got veterans that's supposed to be fed, and they're out there living as bums on the street. You know, how about John said that you're supposed to take care of your veterans, but they don't even do that. everything that these devils do, they do opposite of what the Lord said to do in the scripture, right? But at the same time, they say in God we trust. The hypocrisy of these devils. Okay?
And to your point, now they're doing the business, but they trying to call them back to go fight.
Man,
They trying to go fight. They say it's really gonna turn up when they call for that military drive.
right.
That's when I think y'all started about, oh shoot, they gonna everything on social media gonna pick up. They're gonna be trying to get information and see what's going on. That's when they gonna like, oh, this is serious. And then I think a lot of Jakes gonna go get unalive, man. Yeah. They're gonna snatch a YN.
Like they're going to Ukraine.
Ah,
They're gonna get that bag. They just snatch and put him in bags.
I seen a picture of a Ukraine soldier that finally made it home, and they showed a picture of him where he was looking pretty healthy and everything. And then they showed a picture of him after. He looked like one of those, those commercials where they told him African baby with skin and bone. That's how he looked. That's how bad it was, man. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy those, but destroy the earth, because not only do they destroy the animals, the plants, and everything around them, but they destroy their people. All right, and so it's another preacher of what we constantly breaking down through this whole time. We constantly breaking it down. So I'm gonna read this Ecclesiastes 10:3 again, and it says, "An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited." Verse 4, it said, "The power of the earth of the Lord." This is why we say we got on our side. So it said the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord Yahweh. In due time, he will set over one that is profitable. And who is that one that is profitable? Profitable is Yahweh, who the world is called Jesus Christ. He's going to be the one that's going to turn this world upside right. All right? He's going to get rid of all of the wickedness, and he's going to be in a righteous kingdom right here on earth, man.
I'm gonna go to precept time too. Trying to get back on Esau, man, and show them where the error of their ways. And this stay back in James chapter 5 and 5 says, "They have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been one time. They have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter." Verse 6, "They have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist." Hey, who represents the just? That's children of Israel, Yahshua. And they don't resist. The 2/3 do whatever Esau say do. They do not resist Esau. Esau kick them in the butt, talk bad about them, take advantage, steal their money, say they be rich and love them. Especially them plantation Christians. You love them. You love white man. That's your nerves, man. They talking Esau, they so that's basically your heart. You have love in your heart. I just want to smack fire out their butt. But it said y'all have lived in pleasure on earth. They goes to Esau, man. Esau been in his heaven. He been living good. Even your working class Edomite been living good based on the white privilege they got. They ain't been going through stuff Jake been going through. They ain't been going through stuff that we go through. I think that right there, that contrast is gonna be the big deciding factor, or another factor on when this stuff get bad. Because Jake is used to struggle. He used to dealing with hard times. Esau not. So when this event hit off, Esau gonna go through it real hard because he been living delicious.
They gonna be complaining like, "Hey, this curse is more than I can bear."
Especially when that dollar goes to zero. Especially when that dollar crashes. That's wrong. They want to life themselves, their family, their dog.
They ain't used to that. Jake is used to hard times. Like, we went through slavery, chattel slavery. So if I estimated to that, we can make it through a hard time, a hard economic crash. Jacob found a way. Esau just gonna panic and wig out. Like Ox said right there, if he got a gun and you around him at that time, you in danger. Because if he's giving to his family, who are you? So it's gonna be a lot of bloodshed based on that dollar being zeroed out. Just because they can't take the pressure. What is that? Pressure bust pipes. Esau, he's not a dime. He's not going. He can't take the pressure. They used to wig out just losing their job, and unless gonna be a lot of job losses coming pretty soon, man, the dollar belly up. Walmart said they're gonna belly up. Walmart CEO said that they not doing good right now. And I'm hearing reports on TikTok that China is about to start cutting off trade with Babylon the Great. They're gonna quit trading with Babylon the Great.
And everything comes from China.
Exactly. So just with that move,
China and Japan. Japan ain't even fucking with Babylon the Great no more. They fucking with China.
God, everybody into China, I noticed they're the main key component bricks. Everybody, Russia, everybody, the digital yuan is gonna be how they keep their stuff afloat. But we do know the scriptures is don't do in China, they on board with the small house plan too. So it ain't like an escape like China's righteous or something like that. No, they on board too. It's all a big elaborate plan to make the whole world do the MOTB. Them top Chinese dudes, those are Edomites. Those are terrorists. That's how Esau running. So we're not saying like China's righteous. You know, China's going to be used to clean up Esau. Yeah. But they're going to get mad too. When it's all said and done, China, because they all in cahoots right now. When China look up, because Esau always renege on their deal. So when they all got their plan going, MOTB and all that, and they do the percentages, Esau be like, yeah, I got the biggest percentage. Hey, Moab going to feel some type of way. Like, I did all the work. What do you mean you got the biggest percentage? I'm the one wrapped all this up. What? Hypersonic, man. Hypersonic.
What did you say probably a couple months ago? We've been here 5,000 some years. We're going to be here long before America.
And they don't realize that they're going to have a judgment that's coming their way, too. Not only is he talking about my wife ain't going to get it, if the Moab, they're going to get it, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to wipe the whole floor with all this.
Y'all just going to get preached up down right here. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 1. And it said, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourself with clothes of sack, and hair bewail your children, and be sorry for your destruction in that hand. And as you go right there, and those are, and that just named the different heathens right here. It said, woe be unto thee, Babylon, that's America, and Asia, that's Moab, the Chinese, and woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria, which is pretty much America, and then the Russians. All right, the Russians is gonna be going into this destruction that America. How about y'all got set up for as well too?
Yeah, those Edomites.
Yeah, all Edomites.
Nobody getting the pass from the Lord, man. Everybody's gonna have to get their judgment.
And it's gonna be the BM, it's gonna be lost. They got a coalition going on right now. But in a minute, you know, it's an uneasy alliance. They're gonna start fighting each other. Really, they're gonna start fighting the house shop. When they see, they're gonna call it like an alien invasion.
Right.
They were like, oh, we gotta click together. We gotta stop, you know, the son of man coming. You know, the savior of Yahshua is coming.
That's called war in heaven right there. In the scripture, they call it war in heaven.
Everybody get this in Revelation. They're gonna try to make war with the Lamb.
Yeah.
And he's gonna overcome them because he's Lord, King of Kings. You know, Lucifer praise him. But what's gonna kick everything off is gonna be that dollar crash. Why? Because Babylon the Great has always been known as the what's that, tender and delicate?
Yeah, I think that's.
Go ahead and get it.
Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust. Sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, no more throne, O the child king, for there shall no more be called tender and delicate.
So now she's gonna be she losing that right now. Delicate no more. Other people trying to work around. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there. And it's like the petrodollar in the U.S. is the reserve currency of the whole world. Everybody trying to catch that petrodollar. So if you don't realize when that dollar crash, the Titanic, everybody can go down with it.
That's it. That right there, no more content. That even trickles down to the least of the least of the because that's why them crash out because they used to up on the bus. Everybody saying they the best and this and that. Now people are putting at the regular Edomite like, you the problem too, man. There's no people.
and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. Right? And they're going into America and its allies. All right. And that all together that's called a red dragon. All right, and it's in verse 4, and it said his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered to devour her child as soon as it was born. All right, and it said, and she brought forth the man child, which is talking about Yahweh shot. All right, and who was to rule all the nations with the rod of iron, and her child was caught unto Yahweh and into his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness where she had a place prepared of Yahweh that should be her there 1,234 days. And verse 7 is the point. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. And that's pretty much breaking down their whole destruction of America, aka Babylon the Great. Their whole infrastructure, all of their allies is going to fight up against Yahweh Shai, and they're going to prevail not. And that's why it says the dragon was. That's why it said their place found anymore in heaven, meaning that they are no longer going to be at the top. That's what happened. I got a pretty second on back to the point. Revelation 17 and 12, kind of going to the you about to hate Babylon the Great. You already seen that 10 chapter now. Revelation 17 and 12. And the 10 horns without stars are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. Verse 13, these have one mind and should give their power and strength unto the beast. Verse 14, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. He is Lord of lords, King of kings, and they that are with them are called and chosen and faithful. That back up what I said right there, man. The Lamb, the Redeemer, he's going to overcome all these other kingdoms, man. The EU, Moab, Esau, Ishmael, Elah, all of them, man. The Lord about to wipe the floor with all of them, man. He's going to set up council on to rule next. We're supposed to rule because we're the people that have the Lord's commandments, written in us.
Every one of them heathens that had what is that, a covenant with each other against what is that, Psalm 83?
Yeah.
But nobody can make the judgment of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem outside. Not even these other people. And China always be the one. We accept Esau go there. No, it's Yasharala next.
Exactly. You got next, man. Next to rule. Moab and Esau gonna blow each other up. They're gonna fight each other. It's like you can't make no good deals with Esau. Esau is a snake, a serpent, as people say. He'll always stab you in the back. And all that Esau doing right now is like China do all the heavy lifting for the MOTV system. China's really spearheading that technology, getting everything in place. They're the leaders of it. Esau just kind of like being a supervisor. He's not putting in no work because he can't put in work. He can't keep his kingdom upheld anymore. Mess his economy up. So all he did was tell him the plan, and he let them do the work. And then when it gets set up, he gonna try to come in like, yeah, see what I did? And Moab gonna feel some type of way about that. Like, nah, man, I did this. We gonna run it next. He saw like, nah, you little TPI dude. You thought you had, no, you don't. Boy, let me tell you something. I'll shoot everybody up. And they gonna bang, man. And in the midst of that, y'all gonna show up, and they like, man, we need to fight. We gotta fight this power. This technology is something that we can't even comprehend. Like, these chariots phasing in out of reality. You know what I'm saying? Chariots can teleport, move at lightning speed. No man-made technology is on par with how we're about to bring, and it's gonna scare them. And they all about to get whooped, and we waiting on that. We cheering for that, and we ready to rule next. That's we got it. They say we got the military. That's why we not over here tripping and scared, and people calling us crazy. We ain't doing none of that. We like, man, I'm Lord about to come to the military. Flow with these guys.
Our military called the Lord of Hope.
Exactly.
mine. It was a precept, like it was a story in the scriptures where the Lord allowed one of the prophets to see the chariots in the sky. He was like, "What he was more with us than it is for them." Then he looked up and there was hella chariots in the sky, and I was like, "Damn, that's our army right there, man. That's spiritual."
I know exactly what you're talking about. I guess the book of Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1, and it said, "Then I turned and lift up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits." And then verse 3, and it said, Then said he unto me, This is the curses that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. And I will break it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. It shall be in his house, it shall be the timber thereof, and the stones thereof.
Like deep, man. So deep, man. He stole all the wealth in the earth. He ordered us to himself. The Lord said that, man, the parents, man, they coming for Esau. So with that being said, why should we be worried and be panicking and all that stuff? Then you got Isaiah 5th chapter tells the Lord saying, our servants gonna eat. That's why we serve the Lord, man. We're not worried about an economic crash. We want it to crash. It needs to crash. So we're ready for what comes after that, man. We're not worried about how we're gonna eat and drink. I be hearing worldly Jake say that, like, you in America too. How you gonna make it? I'm like, man, the Lord gonna provide, man. And we believe that. You gotta have faith on that. And that's why we serve the Lord. They be like, why you go out there week in, week out, and do all this, that? Like, I got my family, like, they don't understand why we do what we do.
Hey,
and I'm up for telling them.
Hey, one of them family members you talk about had a nerve to say, I think you and Bahar worship the devil. You told me that.
They told you that.
You told me that. I said, okay.
I lost call. Yep. And then my thing, to say something like that with all this activity going on,
right,
displays your ignorance at a very high level.
Right.
Like, Lord, you know what I'm saying? They don't say stuff like that to me. I'm like, you worship the devil. The white man's the devil. That's you suck up to that devil. You're going to go down with him. And I bring up points to bring out, back up our state.
It's to worship a slave in the kingdom of God.
Exactly. They worship Jesus fortune. They said, hey, look that up. They worship white Jesus. They worship the devil. I don't know.
They don't realize that policy opens up the door for all kinds of people to come in. The Lord said, you're not supposed to let everybody not supposed to be men, but it's sitting at this righteous table. And so when they allow people to come into their buildings where the Lord is not to dwell in, you got people in there that be performing witchcraft. There's all kinds of people come into those doors, and that's why it's so witchy when you go into the church.
It's supposed to be holy.
Yeah, holy.
Yeah. That's the whole thing about the churches, right? And the churches, like we go back to my point, they worship the devil.
Right.
See the boy, the white Jesus, that's the devil, man. But that shows you how broke down they is. They on the floor with this stuff. This devil kingdom been destroyed. They're over here talking about you worship the devil. See, let the dollar crash. Then they're gonna find out. I might have some food and some drinks, still be, making it. They're over there struggling. That's when they're gonna be begging for that food. I'm gonna say, hell no, family or not. You talk noise. You said I was worshiping the devil. No, I'm gonna let your stomach touch your back, and they're gonna think that's evil. No, it's not. You're unworthy to be a part of this. Based on what it say, every idle word you gonna have to answer for. They have to answer for that, man. And it shows you, like, I told you, my family's real ignorant, real dumb. I told you that. So
just said I would mock when fear comes. I would laugh at them.
I'm gonna laugh at them. I'm about to laugh at all my people, because that's they gonna like. A lot of brothers making lessons talking about get ready for them calls, phone calls.
Yeah.
They gonna come down like,
they brought that out.
What's going on? What happened? When they dollar crash, they gonna be running us trying to figure out what it is. And I'm like, bro, you see the signs of it happening now. This is the time to get your act together, repent, and thank the Lord. But y'all people, they jumping down on wickedness. You see that? Houston Rodeo. You see that with our family. They still trying to hang on to a decaying kingdom. Just get ready to collapse.
person to the house of mourning. Right. And that's the precept. It said it's better to be in the house of mourning than in the house of peace.
I was telling you, like, parents and it's like in the Titanic, where like civil singers that were playing the music.
Right. Still playing the band like somebody listening while everybody runs around panicking and stuff like that. Well, that's how their economy.
Esau did that to keep them panic.
Right.
He did that so they'll go down with it easy. And we see they did the same thing. The same situation. And it's working. Based on that little testimony, it's working. You know, they like, y'all, they calling us fools concerning the Lord. But we're going to see who the fool is in the dollar collapse, you know? And our faith is booming. We over like everything we don't cross out about, read about is happening right now. So we already know how this about to play out. And you can vividly see it. The Lord, like Christian brother earlier, like the Lord that made Esau bare and naked. You can see him. You can see where he's going. You know, it's very, very peaceful. So we like, hey man, you got to stay locked in with the Lord, stay in the spirit of repentance. And we're gonna hope we're part of the whole fleck. Part of the whole fleck, you good, man. You're gonna be fed, you're gonna be housed. Lord gonna have you like when you kept, you ain't gonna have no MOTP in your body.
Elaborate on your point, because the hope with all the hope with that is gonna do exactly what the word says. The Lord said, don't worry about what you shall eat, don't worry about what you shall put on the clothes. He said, look at the birds. They don't, you know, he said they don't have a job or anything like that, you know. He said, but I feed them. So how much more of you? And that's the spirit of the Holy Spirit gonna be in. We're not gonna worry about it because we know through the spirit of faith, how about y'all God gonna be, man, just like I said.
Look forward, man. Keep our faith, man. That's gonna be a birth. Like how this dude got this? We talking about that. The Africans, messed up. A brother might have to brother might be flying around. Got army rations. They done raided some military base. Breaking down other whole leg, and they over there starving. And we don't know who was who at that time.
And a personal testimony of mine, cause I always had like this, cause I always want to make sure I make it to the camp, so I can be out here and prophesize with my brethren, right? And there would be situations where it seems like I'm not gonna be able to make it, but every single time, y'all provide a way for me to make it to camp. So just based off of that, to let me know, like that increased my faith right up top. Because y'all gonna provide a way every single time. Every time. No matter what. All you gotta do is believe, man. Woo, that's beautiful precept, huh?
Any more precepts? So that being said, you know, it's been edifying for our present glory too. Warm Yashrala, baby. Hey. Shalom. So Akim on the coming board. Hey, stay locked in, baby. Y'all shots quickly on the way. Hey, Shalom.
The water for tuning in.
So I found that.